Hi, everyone. Oh, good. Okay. Hi, everyone. We are Team 3, and here is our project called Prime Fit. So we're going to start off with going shopping. Who loves to go shopping, especially in-store shopping? Personally, I don't like to go shopping, especially for new clothes. One of the reasons is because of how time-consuming it can be. Not only are you driving to the store, sitting in traffic, then you're going to have to fight for parking. And then once you're in the store, most likely the area is going to be crowded. There's going to be a bunch of people at the rack that you want to go look at, or you're going to have that person hovering over you, waiting for you to move on to the next section. There's also quite a few limitations in in-store shopping. The sizes, there's not enough sizes sometimes. And so when you go ask the salesperson, for your size, they say it's going to take 2 weeks for it to arrive. So now what I've been doing is just been going online shopping. It's fast. I get things in about 2 to 3 days. There's a larger variety of clothes, different styles, different prints, and you can also read reviews. Let's say you buy a shirt from in-store, you wash it once and it has shrunk in size versus reading the reviews, you can see that you have to buy something twice as big because when you do wash it, it is going to be the size that you need it to be. But as with anything, there are downfalls to online shopping. One of the biggest downfalls is inaccurate representation, as we can see in the photo here of the model. When you get something, you try it on, it's probably not going to fit the way it fit the model. It's different colors. Another downfall of online shopping is you're having to measure yourself to ensure that you are going to get the correct size. So go grab your tape measure and look up on Google on how to measure yourself in order to get the best possible um, clothes. And also you have to rely a lot on the sizing charts, but every website has a different sizing chart. So you're really not sure what you're going to get. And overall, once you do get whatever you ordered through the mail and it's not something that you wanted, you're going to be stressed, you're going to feel insecure, and overall it's just going to feel like a waste of money. So the next best solutions, you are just going to have to continue measuring yourself before buying, or just reviewing what you previously purchased. If you purchased a medium, hopefully the medium in that size of pants is going to fit as well. Or my personal favorite is buying two of everything. I range between a medium and a large, but I just don't know which one's going to fit the best, so I just buy two. The thing with that, though, I tend to forget to return it between the time frame that you are able to return things. So I just have an extra shirt lying around in my room and a waste of money. So we started thinking about, okay, so we have all of these problems. How are we able to fix them? One of the ways is that, well, we shop most of the time through our phone. And so we started thinking about what if there's an app that we use that scans our body, takes our dimensions, records them, and then links them to a website where it has our measurements and it can show us some accurate representation of clothing. And it's all coming from trusted vendors, and you get that trusted style that you are hoping that the clothes that are going to come in are going to fit. With this, it would minimize the time spent searching online for clothes. It's going to minimize the time you're having to grab your tape measure and measure yourself. And it's going to minimize that frustration of buying something and that inaccurate clothes come and you just be disappointed. So success outcomes. If we were to create this, you would feel confident because you got the clothes that you wanted. It's going to come from, or it's going to be quality clothes, and it's going to come from a trusted online site. And so with our prototype, we thought, so we're going to create this app, but then it's going to take us to the link, or it's going to give us a link, and then that link will take us to a site where it has our body measurements, and it's going to show the most accurate representation of these clothes. And so we were thinking about what company we would be able to use. And the company that came to mind was Amazon. And the reason for this is because they have the access to that type of technology. They themselves have a branch of clothing that we could use some of their content from Amazon, and we could also use their customer service. They already have that established. And so with us having this type of service, the most important thing is to have the best customer service, and Amazon has the greatest customer service.
So in order to identify whether Prime Fit is a viable option, we conducted a survey for prospective customers. The survey included particular attributes, and consumers chose which were important to them when shopping online, and ultimately which retailer they would choose given certain attribute offerings. This chart shows that given those particular attributes, Prime Fit is the desired choice. This chart rates our different attributes in terms of importance to customers. The most important attribute is monthly subscription. Product view, description, and analysis show similar importance to one another, with sizing and brand falling in the middle. The chart above represents the preferred product analysis of clothing when shopping online. Potential buyers want to know about customer satisfaction because it gives them insight into how they might be satisfied with the item. And as you can see, no feedback or review provided is very undesirable by customers. General reviews are okay, but specific feedback relative to fit is really the most desired option. So here are some different examples of reviews you might find when shopping online. The thumbs up doesn't really tell you anything. It tells you the customer liked the product, but it doesn't give you any meaningful information. The review in yellow just shows the customer satisfaction, but no information regarding specific fit. And then the review in gray is really the ideal feedback. It gives the shopper a lot of information in terms of sizing and fit and item classification, and a detailed explanation of why the purchaser liked the item and specifically how it fits. So here we have typical chart options retailers often use. The chart on the upper left gives pretty minimal information and requires you to self-measure to know which size to go with. The chart on the bottom gives quite a bit more information, but it's still not desirable because of the manual work involved to obtain measurement. This is why having a body scan is so vital. With the click of a button, you can get all your measurements within seconds, right in the palm of your hand. This chart represents the preferred pricing for a monthly subscription. Unsurprisingly, most prefer no monthly subscription cost, but it is important to understand the difference between the preference from $12.99 to $14.99. That's not to say that customers won't pay for the service. That just means that we need to continue to be mindful about creating and maintaining value for Prime members so they see that monthly subscription as a bargain. So overall, the survey tells us that Prime Fit offers more benefits than current solutions in use, and that customers do see its value.
This brings us to the marketing structure. The marketing structure just focuses on how we use our limited resources for the greatest opportunities to create competitive advantage. Here we choose to focus on planning, management, offline integration, traffic building, social media optimization process, conversion analysis, and website design, all to put our products and services out there. So since Prime Fit is related to building more self-confidence over the initial possible insecurities that are caused by feel like you're abnormal because you can't find clothes that fit you, we decided to create social value with a cause that gives back to suicide prevention. Suicide is a social issue that affects everyone. It causes financial loss in the form of lifetime medical expenses and work loss costs. In order to actually create value maximization with the social value, the return orders from customers not getting their dimensions right cost both the clothing retailers and customers a lot financially. So to take care of the cost, the Prime Fit service helps the retailers save money on the cost of return orders. The cost savings are then used to pay therapists for offering therapy services towards the cost of suicide prevention. So this way, the customers are not overly charged to contribute to the cost, and PrimeFit is still able to maintain its low cost advantage.
So next we'll talk about the cost structure. Here we'll review the revenue stream, expenses, and profit over the next 12 months. And so here we have the projected amount of potential first-year customers sits at about 26,000, and that's based on the current market right now. The total customers per month, we're looking at about 14,000, and that's integrating about an 80% customer conversion with a 5 to 10% churn rate. Now, the most important aspect here on this slide is the $14.99 price for our solution. And what we saw in our survey, as mentioned, is that people are more willing to pay $12.99, but the reason we're deciding to stick with $14.99 is because we understand that we'll get a better, longer lasting customer where our customer conversion rate would stay higher and our churn rate would stay lower with the $14.99, as they will be more entitled to be correlated with Prime Fit. So as you can see, our revenue stream, or our revenue at year one, is about 1.4 million. Our expenses are split into variable and fixed costs. Our variable costs consist of about 32%, and our fixed cost is about 68% of our overall expenses. We see our variable cost increase through our cost of goods relative to the software and the necessary space for our application to be successful. And then our fixed cost is surrounded around its salaries, R&D, and marketing and advertising. We see that the marketing and advertising is really big our first year. We'd like to get the name of PrimeFit out there. We really want to invest in R&D as we want to continuously improve based on our customers' feedback. And of course, we want to pay our employees as well as possible to continue this software up to date and really get the customer what they want. So from a profit standpoint, at the end of year one, we see a net present value of about 6,200, which is positive and it's good. We see our IRR at about 18.8%, which is really good after year one. And then of course, our profit margins are sitting around 27.4%. Now, that's good for year one, and it's in the range between 25 and 40. But we're seeing in years 2 and 3 projections of closer to 35 to 40% profit margins. And so hopefully we can continue to increase that by lowering our expenses and really getting more margins.
Now we're going to dive into the value exchange, as it's a good segue from what Paul just touched on in terms of financials, as you can get a little bit more of a visual aid to see exactly where value is exchanged. So this is how the cash flow flows through PrimeFit. This is how the money moves throughout our operation. Any good business model has multiple revenue streams from diverse sources. As you can see here, we have a lot more cash flows coming in than they're going out, as any good business proposal would. The platform providers will be paid from PrimeFit in order to get our service out there to clothing retailers and online shopping organizations. Other than that, you can see throughout the diagram here that cash will be flowing in from a variety of sources. So PrimeFit is going to earn revenue from advertisements, subscriptions, licensing fees, and purchases. And as you can see as well on the far right side here, the value provided and is increased by advertising for Amazon, an enhanced Prime service as a whole, and happier customers in total. And now to summarize everything up for you, we're going to be just going over what we touched on throughout this whole presentation. So Prime Fit is revolutionizing the way consumers shop. There are no two people that are built the same, therefore sizing shouldn't be that way either. Much like other services that Prime offers, such as Prime Video and Prime Books, Prime Fit is going to be another innovative addition to their already diverse portfolio. Our main goal here is to change the future of online shopping and remove the hassle of poorly fitting clothes and all the hassle that they create with it. We're going to provide a more efficient way to get clothes that fit you. Need a tailor? No, you need Prime Fit. We're going to lower the amount of misinformation that includes from ranges of sizes offered by different companies. One company will offer a medium that will fit completely different than a medium offered from another company. And essentially, we're just generating a faster, better, enhanced experience. I can guarantee you'll love the way they fit with Prime Fit. If there's any questions, please feel free to send us an email or you can shoot us a text through Canvas. Thank you.